All right, it's time for the handoff. D'Lo and KC coming up in about 10 minutes and 15 or so right here on ESPN 1320. Kenny Caraway in the building.
Yes, sir.
Wearing that Mets hat. Got sunglasses on. You're peeking.
I mean, I'm just doing
I
what
feel
I
like
can.
you're peeking right now.
Just doing what I can right now. You know what I'm saying? Quiet is kept. I kind of like the Mets. I mean, I love New York City, right? So I like the Mets. I like the Yankees. I love New York City. Only New York teams I don't like, we've talked about this before, the Giants and the Jets. Other than that, I mean, I don't really care too much about the Nets, but
sure.
Knicks, Mets, Yankees, sure.
Okay, Lake Show.
I don't even
definitely
know.
not.
This is outrageous.
Definitely not
I don't know
Lake
who's
Show.
doing
And
that.
why is that on your guys'
I don't know.
board?
I don't know who did that.
This is getting ridiculous.
It's getting ridiculous.
It sounds like Malik Monk wants to stay in Sacramento as we shift gears.
I 100% believe he absolutely wants to stay in Sacramento. Absolutely wants to stay in Sacramento. Now,
but
if somebody comes with a bag that he just can't refuse,
sure,
he may want that a little bit more. And I don't blame him. I understand that. I believe I feel like he's going to stay as long as the Kings show him the proper respect, and however they negotiate, whether it's talking about potentially starting, talk about money, talk about future money, all this. As long as they show him respect, I think he'll stay. That's what I got out of some of the things he had to say. But I can understand that San Antonio, giving him $4 million annually, or Orlando or something like that. But I'm just Kenny Caraway, regular 9 to 5, not a multi-millionaire. I don't have all this money or whatever the case.
Mayor of Elk Grove.
So if somebody says, I'll give you $17 million, and instead of $20 million, like 17 is just fine. That's just fine. I'm cool. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But I know it's a different world.
Yeah.
I feel like 17 should be okay, but it's a different world. No Kadeem Hardison.
Yeah. In all honesty, like we talked about this on the podcast a lot last night. Like we have no idea what someone else is going to come after him with and what they're going to offer. Right. Yeah. And it's not just like, I don't think he's going to San Antonio. Like he can go around the room and talk to guys like Trey Lyles or call his buddy Chimezie Metu and say, hey, what was your experience like in San Antonio? Would you go there, sign as a free agent? And he's going to get a big thumbs down.
You think so?
Why?
Because it's not like I feel like in Sacramento, Malik has been empowered to become who he is. That's not San Antonio Spurs basketball. You are in San Antonio, you are part of a machine and you need to play your role for sure. But individualism and stuff like that is not something that is embraced. So I would say San Antonio, no, but Toronto is a team that, again, we heard rumor that they chased him as part of the Pascal Siakam deal. Toronto has a ton of cap space. I think they're at $93 million in dedicated salary for next season. So you could see that being a spot that he could go. You could see Orlando. And for we just keep kind of going through this, but there's nothing the Kings can do. Like they're without Monk on their books, they're at like $151 million in salary for next season. Salary cap is at like 142, 143. It might move a little bit, but they're already like $9 million over. So in order for them to clear enough space to give Monk more than $17 million, they've got to drop like 20, like say they want to give him $25 million a year. They have to go $25 million below the 142. So not only do they have to shave off $10 million now to get to the cap, they got to shave another 25. So you're talking $35 million. That's a haircut. That's not like messing around. That's like giving away Kevin Huerter and Harrison Barnes for free and not taking anything back.
Right.
Finding different deals. And that's nearly impossible to do, but it also, what does it do to your team to retain a player? So it's really complicated. if you're able to get Malik to sign the $17.4 million for this next year, and he has to take a 2-year deal if he's on the early bird, then you can come back and pay him when he's 28 years old. You can give him a 5-year extension, right? You can pay him later, but it's whether he's willing to wait for that and wait for that commitment, and whether he continues to be the player he is today. I mean, it's a gamble for everybody involved. So it's going to be difficult. We'll have to see what happens.
2 things about San Antonio. 1, I love the idea of Chimezi Metu being like, "Don't go there." I was just they didn't let me be me. I was just a cog in the system.
I would tell you though, no, because I've
I'm
tried to go to them.
Sure.
To ask them about their time to write a story about, the Spurs when big things were happening, and they're like, yeah, no comment.
Interesting.
That also tells me, sorry, Kyle. That also tells me San Antonio might not be the team that would offer $22 million. Like if you're gonna go get a guy like Malik Monk and be like, I want to go get a guy like Malik Monk so he can conform to our system. Like, why are you? You pay him $20-something million to be Malik Monk. This might
go like we have like a minute here. I think Victor Wembanyama upends that entire thing.
No, it's possible
because now all of a sudden it's like, hey, we need somebody to run pick and rolls with Victor Wembanyama or pick and pops with Victor Wembanyama, and Malik Monk is averaging 6.5 assists this year. He is exactly what we need to do that.
Go get Trae Young.
Or that.
I'm with you.
Jeremy Sohan picks. Who says no?
He's a good. It would be a good fit for Malik.
Yeah, but to your point, James, if he's got buddies that are like, hey man, that's not it.
Well, it's not you.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah,
it's not that that's a bad, horrible place.
Sure,
it's not you.
Yeah, no doubt. What do you guys got coming up today?
Malik Monk, please stay. Please don't go.
There it is.
Don't do all that. I don't.
Malik bars.
This a Monk bars game?
Monk bars.
The bars are. We'll
singing
see.
Marvin. Just singing Marvin's Room to Malik.
Tricks of the yoga.
We gotta go. D'Lo and Casey next on ESPN 1320.